What are habits that you have adapted from your so that you didn't have before? Instead of swearing when something goes wrong, I now say oh very good in a really loud sarcastic voice. Such a shame, I loved swearing. I do both. I'll say oh that's freaking great. Actually cooking at home instead of eating every meal out, saving money and not just spending everything I have because it's there, and so very many speech patterns. She always used to grab at my butt if I was going upstairs in front of her, making me run away, so I started doing it back to her when she was in front of me. Now whenever I go upstairs with someone behind me I get that gotta run upstairs and protect my butt feeling. Kind of like when you're going up your basement stairs and feel the urge to sprint. Sleeping naked. Always slept in boxers and a t-shirt. Now I only sleep with pajamas if there's other people in the room or I'm on a couch or something. My balls have never felt fresher. I can't sleep naked. When I do, I always end up sweating a lot and making my entire bed wet. Naps after work. My apartment is closer to his job so most days he'll come to my place, take a quick nap, then get up and we'll hang out, make dinner, etc. Sometimes he'll stay the night, sometimes he goes home. At first, I'd knock out some chores, play a game, watch TV after I got home from work while he took these naps, but they looked so comfortable. One exhausting day I came home, curled up next to him and napped as well. It was such an amazing nap and I had all this energy in the evening time. Now, a lot of the time I'll come home and curl up next to him on the couch for a short nap. We wake up and talk about our days. It's turned into this awesome, super relaxed bonding time for us. I wish I could do this, but it leads to me being wide awake until 3 AM, so I'll only get a few hours of sleep. I don't use the sink as a staging area for dishes as much as I used to. Right into the dishwasher sometimes. I don't know why, but I always get the grime grease crumbs off dishes before they go in the dishwasher. I guess I just feel it will prolong the dishwasher's life if it doesn't have to work so hard. My ex's dad used to get seriously mad when someone didn't leave the plates as they were directly from the table. I quote him, "I gives the dishwasher something to work with." I used to be super lazy, but she is also super lazy, so I had to change because one of us needs to not be so lazy. Because you pointed that only now I see that this exactly happened to me. My wife occasionally snorts when she laughs, so I started snorting to make fun of her. That was a bad move on my part. Taking the time to tell supervisors that their employee was helpful. Closing the lid of the toilet after doing my business. Note, I am a woman and my boyfriend trained me to do this. He called me a barbarian. I'm a guy and I also always do this. I can tell when other, more barbaric individuals I live with have used the bathroom since I last did. Being freaking late to every freaking thing freaking ever. I can get myself and the 4-year-old ready to go, get the dogs crated, and my purse and keys together and my husband is still hanging around. Oh, I should probably shower. Headache. I've developed very small things I don't even think she would notice. I've started moving my hands in the same motion she does while explaining something while I'm in deep thought. When trying to jokingly pee her off she gives me this look like, "Are you freaking serious right now?" that I've adopted involuntarily now as well. When we make each other laugh hysterically or laugh at something that gets us rolling on the floor, I find my laugh starting to sound more like hers too. It's really a great feeling overall. To adopt little traits of someone you love that make them who they are, and have it somehow transfer to you. It's like copy and pasting things you love from someone you love onto yourself. The PMs you get must be depressing as frick. The way he talks, I find myself talking just like him. Brushing my teeth in the shower. My wife did it so the toothpaste was always in there when I needed it. Eventually I just started brushing mine in the shower. 2. It is surprisingly efficient. 10/10 would recommend to others. Everything I say ends with say or size or sees. Feet equals feetsies. Dog equals dogsies. I say potty. I was a badass marine. Now I want to punch myself whenever I talk in public. But thankfully, I am there to protect myself from people like me. I dance just like him now. He does this really funny thing with his arms that I find myself doing as well, even when I am alone in the car. Miso does this little wiggle thing when he's really happy. It's the geekiest, most cute thing and I do it now too. I have stopped drinking large quantities of tequila and whiskey, as I used to. She claims it dampens my S drive. I tell her, I'll dampen your S drive. Deep. I now claim and announce my farts. I used to spread the jelly right on top of the peanut butter. Now I spread each on a separate slice. Her way is better. Also, I now leave the butter dish out. Used to refrigerate it. Her family has been leaving it out for generation. None of them ever died from rancidity poisoning. Nah, you put peanut butter on both slices and then you put jelly. Keeps the bread from getting soggy if you need to pack it. I spend a lot more time on the floor. I also don't have a so I have 2 dogs instead. I don't pair socks anymore and I'm perfectly fine wearing a pink ankle sock and a blue knee high because my husband's a lazy crap and thinks he's making a statement by wearing mismatched socks. I am a complete neat freak now. Dishes in the sink have to be cleaned and clean dishes have to be put away before we start cooking. I vacuum everything. Crumbs are my most hated enemy. I'm way cleaner now than I was when my wife got a hold of me. People that come to my house think I'm a clean freak. It's weird because I was messy my whole life. I didn't realize how much of an effect that can have on how you feel. My desk at work is still super messy though. Using an alarm clock to wake up. Used to just wake up naturally before. My wife always sets stuff like the TV remote or her cell phone upside down. She doesn't know why she does it, she just does. I apparently started going it too with the TV remote, because the rubber button's made for better not slipping off the couch arm. I do this with my phone because once it was face up on a table, and a flying clothes hanger landed on it and cracked the screen. Never forget. Cleaning up small messes throughout the day. I used to let that crap sit around for weeks until my home looked like an episode of Hoarders. Basically a reformed bachelor frog. I am most certainly a lot more cautious, in general. Used to not give a frick. She showed me why I should. Stopped trying to rodeo the alligators at the zoo. I was a social butterfly, she was a shut-in. Now we're both shut-ins. I'm happier this way, though. Electric zapper. I'm happier this way. Smoking cigarettes from an ex. 10 years at a pack and a half a day. Managed to quit 1 month ago. Keep on keeping on. You're actually through the hardest part. Skincare. I've always had bad skin but I never cared. Then I dated a girl who worked at a Dior makeup counter. While I sat and watched hockey, she would get my shirt off, usually by tricking me with not S, and start putting cleansers, moisturizers and whatever the frick on my back acne. Then during the break between periods of play she would attack my face and if I didn't sit there and let her get it over with, I would miss some of the next period of hockey. Eventually she gave me stuff to put on at home myself. And after complaining at me enough, I eventually started using it. We broke up a while ago. My skin started getting bad again. So I went out and bought all the stuff she used to attack me with. Bottom line, she was right. I'm much SIR with clear skin. I compost kitchen scraps now. When we would go upstairs at bedtime, there would always be a glass of nighttime ice water on my nightstand, along with a photo of something cute our cat had done during the day. I've adapted this good habit and return it by having breakfast ready, coffee brewed, when my SO comes downstairs in the morning. It's kind of playful and thoughtful that we exchange this way. This is seriously the best one on the thread. Friggin' adorable. Not drinking bottled water. My girlfriend has a degree in environmental science and is super conscious about waste excess. I used to buy cases of bottled water for my apartment, but now I just drink tap water. Our fridge with the filter in it changed my life in the same way. I've developed a much greater compassion for life, humans and animals and plants and everything. I've never met someone who has such a capacity for love when it comes to animals. I wish I could bring her a new animal every day because the way her face lights up when she pets a dog or holds a new cat is something you never forget. It is a beautiful thing, and now I find myself squealing every time I walk into a pet store. I've also developed more empathy for other people over the years. I am not as angry or disconnected from the human condition. I have almost a conscious need to make sure others are okay and well taken care of before myself. I don't get road rage as often. I dunno. I think I am just a better person because of her. I'm still not a great man and lately I feel as though I have gotten worse, but she inspires me to be the best man I can possibly be. My husband has a permanent limp. After 10 years of walking beside him, I've adjusted my walk so as not to bump into him on every step, and now I have a limp too. I've had people ask me if I'm okay, even when he's not around, because I permanently walk that way now. Not but my flatmate. She's from Germany and has picked up so much of my slang it's pretty funny. One to my advantage I guess. I hated eating salads, but now I can't eat without a salad at the side. Pizza and ranch dressing, and sleeping while balancing my center of gravity on the edge of the bed. Singing to our cats. Thanks dude, really needed to seem weirder. I never used to make the bed. I never used to refer to everything as a situation. I never used to use the word unfortunate. I didn't go to the gym nearly as often. I've cut way back on drinking. We light candles every Friday night and talk about one good thing that happened from last week to this week. We light candles every Friday night and talk about one good thing that happened from last week to this week. I like this. My ex gave me my taste of music. Not too many things that were great with that relationship, but I do love the music. Swearing like a moth-riffing sailor. The jiggle snort. You know, when you laugh so hard you snort like a pig. Never did it before my so moved in. I only drink Yorkshire tea and say okie doke a lot now. Her Sheffield ways have rubbed off on me. Speaking on behalf of my wife here. Farting and burping audibly. She never did either before we met. Now she lets em rip. I'm so proud of her. Love is when you don't have to hold in farts anymore. Unknown. She got me really invested in RuPaul's Drag Race. I inadvertently say okay like Laganja Estranja now. I'm a big fan of drag in general too. She also introduced me to one of my favorite movies, Hedwig and the Angry Inch, although I'm still not that into Rocky Horror. I never used to meow randomly or work meowing into a normal conversation. I never baby talked to any pets before. I never let the cat get away with much until her. I'm picking up all of her weird cat person habits and I don't think I like it. You have been visited by the fashion doggo. Comment your envy strengthens me so you always look beautiful. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.